Returning a UFC 304, a big pay-per-view in Manchester. Mick Parkin. Mick, how we doing, man?
Good, mate. Good, you?
I'm great, man. Thank you for taking the time to talk, especially during a busy camp. And last time we saw you,
Yeah.
big win in March over Mo
Yeah.
Usman. So what you been up to since, man?
Nothing. I just got straight back to training, really. I had a little holiday after. I was have like a week off, try and go somewhere nice and warm, relax. Uh, then I was had a little cut, so a few weeks off more than usual, maybe. Couldn't spar, then just got straight back into it, really. The camp I'm in at the minute, there's always people training around us or looking to fight. So I'm not fighting somebody else's, so I'm constantly training or helping other people just spar and get ready for the fights anyway.
And this one's a little bit different, right? Home, Manchester, going to be a big crowd. Like, how you feeling about fighting in front of that rowdy crowd?
Yeah, kind of way. Obviously, London was amazing. I think it'll be similar to that, if not busy out for being two world title fights. I definitely want to be on it. I asked them straight away if I could get on it, but I got close about 10 weeks out, and then I heard a few people get a match for it, and I hadn't been, so I was like, oh, really hope I'm on it. But then I got the call out 2 or 3 weeks ago to confirm it, so I was all happy then.
And what are your thoughts on the card start time? Because it's like what, 3 in the morning over there or something crazy?
Yeah, so I think the prelims start at 11, main card's free. So if I'm early prelims like I was last time, it'll not be too bad for me. If I'm like 11, 12, that's okay. That's how I used to fight at the local city anyway, about 11, 12. Obviously, if it starts pushing at 1, 2 o'clock, so it might be a bit different. I'll have to maybe try and sleep a little bit later and stuff like that. Uh, so I'm not sure. Obviously, for the guys who are fighting at 4, 5 o'clock, it's crazy. Like a massive change for them. But I understand why they did. I think they did it when Bisbee fought in Manchester as well. It was a world
Yeah.
title fight. So I did have a think in England thinking that they might do it. Obviously, it's not great. It'll still sell out. The fans will still be there. It's not great for people, I think, who are coming to watch. Like a lot of my friends are just going to get the train there, watch it, and then get the first train straight back about 7 in the
Right.
morning. But so that'll be rough. But I think either way you do it, if you come there have a couple hours, do it, you're still going to be knackered the next day. So God knows, I think everyone will be really drunk. Crowd. It might keep the place busier. Sometimes, obviously, the prelims it's not full and it fills up for the main card, but people might come a little bit earlier, thinking, "Oh, well, I've got to stay up at like 3 o'clock. I might as well go there." So it might end up working better for the prelim fighters having a really busy arena.
I would imagine just because some of the problems sometimes is people can't get there at 6 o'clock or whatever, so they
Yeah,
need to come later for the main card. But no, I feel like that place will be packed at 11 o'clock when it's prelim time. But yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel for your boy Tommy Aspinall. He's got to fight at like 4 a.m. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I think obviously it'll work good for the American fighters as well because they'll just stay on the same body clock really, so they'll be happy.
yeah, oh, for sure, man. And then, dude, like this is you're 3-0 with the UFC. This is what your fourth fight. Is this the last fight on your contract?
No, I think I've signed again for another 4 fights for them.
Oh, you what did you sign after the last one? When did you sign a new one?
After the last one, they give us a new contract, so I think I've got another 3 or 4 fights with them now again.
Awesome. So first fight
Yeah.
of the new contract. What are your goals with this contract then?
Uh, I always to say I just take every fight as it comes. Try and take my time. I think I'm only young as a heavyweight, but I also do know that you get fast tracked as well a lot, rather than the lighter guys. So like one more fight maybe puts us even in the top 15. So I'd like to fight up and keep fighting. I would like to take my time and like work my way through the top 15. But I know like 2 or 3 wins, you definitely get pushed up there. So I do what the UFC want to do. I think the match is quite fairly since signing with them. It's always been somebody similar record to mine or had the same amount of fights in the UFC, something like that. So I do think they're quite good at matching us. So, but after this one, I don't know. They might give us another push to out of the competition. I just don't know. Like I said, I'm happy to fight anybody. Uh, I love fighting. I try and stay active. I'll try and fight now, July. Maybe try and get another one in the end of the year. Maybe it's November, December, and just try and stay active. I say, as long as I stay fit and healthy, I'll just take fights as much as I can.
And an interesting statistic is Lukasz Brzeski, who you're fighting this fight, is the first opponent you fought in the UFC who actually had a UFC loss. Everybody else you fought, you gave them their first loss. So like, how are you feeling about that? Is that a relief at all? Like, woof, okay, I don't need this really hot streak and prospect this time.
I'm like I say, the point. I have watched him. I watched him earlier. I think I maybe nearly got match with him early on. My first fight, maybe, but I think he was injured something at the time. So I definitely watched a little bit of him when I got his name mentioned, and then I've seen bits of him. But no, I don't think he's an easy fight at all. I think he's very tough and gritty. He looks more of a striker fighter, but even when he's gassed, he still comes forward and throws
Yeah.
heavy shots. So it'll definitely be a hard fight for us.
And then are you like real hungry for that first UFC finish, or are you just cool with getting wins? Like, how are you feeling about all that?
But I was just trying to win at first. But yeah, I've been working on my game. I keep trying to work, get a few wins in the bag. Then I think I'm going to start pushing, maybe changing my game, look for more finishes and stuff like that. It's just so dangerous heavyweight MMA. You take one bigger risk and then you get knocked out yourself. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I've definitely worked on stuff to maybe hopefully get some more finishes.
And I mean, how do you see this fight going? Because as a fan, I mean, yeah, you two are both just very tough brawlers who are going to have a lot of heart in there. And this very well could go all 15 and be a war type of fight. So how are you viewing this?
Yeah, I think, well, he looks quite good technically. He's got a nice jab, a nice leg kick. He's got nice striking, really. He's got nice striking. It's some big guys, especially when they start tiring, they do start to give up and wilt a bit. I don't think he does. Even in the last rounds, he still comes forward and he's definitely game and durable. So I think it's a good fight. I do think I'm a lot better than him everywhere. But like I said, it's heavyweight MMA. Sometimes I went in there and you think, oh, this fight's going to be easy. It's been really hard. I've when I had really hard fights and it's been really easy at the time. So I just tell everyone, every fight is going to be much harder than the last one. Really, really hard. And then when you get in there, you hope it's just a little bit easier than what
Yeah,
you think.
right, man. Jeez, tough. Brutal sport. You guys are animals, man. I love it. And training camp, TFT MMA. Tell me about that. Has anything changed at all? Being, 3-0 UFC guy in the gym now?
No, nothing really. All the same. My coach, Andrew Fisher, gives us loads of time. I'm always getting pads with him, and like I said, we work on very technical stuff, especially out of fight camp. Just be improving myself as a fighter, little basics, and then close to the fight, maybe he'll sit us down, we'll have a little game plan, talk, and he'll drill more specific stuff for the fight, stuff like that. But like I said, my main training partner is Big Phil DeFreeze, who's actually fighting there Friday for KSW, flying over to Poland on Wednesday with him. But he's like in the gym constantly, obviously training for this camp. So I got back quick as possible, helped him out. And then I'm always just training with him, trying to get better. I think he's one of the best heavyweight grapplers in the world. He's really good to be around. He's helped my game improve massively. Uh, it's just so good to have him there, like on my doorstep and train with him. There's a few big guys at the gym, so we'll just get in, have little heavyweight sessions because obviously the technique's a little bit different than what the lighter guys will do. So maybe he's come in once a week, just work on big guy stuff really. And then obviously now the closer it gets to the fight, I come down Wigan every Monday, do 2 sessions down here, Monday and Tuesday with Tom, well then Monday night as well. So that's why I'm living in Airbnb. That's what the cool funky pictures in the back.
Love it.
I just stopped in Airbnb. I guess this big Phil usually comes down with us, but he's fighting, so obviously he's resting. So I'll just travel down here every Monday, get some sessions in with Tom, some of the big guys, and then what I've been working on, try and do it up here, do some sparring, and then go back and work on the technical stuff back home in Sunderland.
And I mean, how's like working with Tom during championship? I know we've talked before when you've worked with Tom, but I don't know if it was during one of his championship fights. Like, does his training change at all?
Um, he trains good all year round. I think he likes to. I think 10 weeks out, he trained really hard. I think he likes to go really hard, ease off a little bit, then go hard again for another 5 or 6 weeks. But every time I've been, he's always been fit. Even when he's been miles out of fight, I just thought he like lives the lifestyle now. He's always training. Just always getting better. He's always happy to try new stuff, try and get better himself. And it's great to be around, really, especially that there's 3 guys now who are in the camps with me, Tom and Modestus as well as up here, who's fighting on the card as well, light heavyweight. Just like 3 of us all fight at the same time. It's good to get the sparring at the end. We'll do little finishes, push each other, like just like little 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes at the end. So it's good to get that little extra push as well. And it's good to be around, just to be around Tom, the main setup. It's got like guys are taking pictures. He's got his social medias like blew up now, so just good to get on the camera and like a few cool pictures and stuff like that. And then the train's really good.
Modestus Bukauskas, Mick Parkin, and Tom Aspinall. That's a dangerous three-headed monster right there, my man. Dangerous. And what do you make of all this, Tom Aspinall, John Jones, now Curtis Blade? Like, what's your opinion on the entire, I guess, condition, state of the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I feel a little bit for Tom. Like I said, he just wants to fight, and obviously it's getting a bit now where I think people don't want to fight. They know how good he is. I do think for John Jones, I do understand as well. I think he probably will get a lot more money to fight Stipe, who arguably like is an easier fight. I would have
Yeah.
said. Maybe he hasn't fought for a while and stuff like that. So I understand why Jones is doing it. But I think Tom just wants to fight. I think he wants to fight everybody. He's super confident that he can beat anybody. I think he can. So yeah, Blades, I thought that would be the matchup for them. I think obviously with Blades getting the win over Tom, and then stylistically, people could argue that Blades might be the hardest fight Tom's got with him being a grappler and wrestling guy. But I don't know. Like, when you train with Tom, he's amazing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised he went in there and just knocked Blades straight out. I know Blades is good and they just better him, but Tom's amazing. He's just something different at heavyweight. But yeah, I don't know what will happen after this fight. I don't know who they'll try and build him, stuff like that. But he's just happy to fight everybody. I think he's loving training at the moment. He's loving his life. He's getting better. He's super confident. So I think he'd fight anybody. But I do understand why Jones, it's a bit crap for Tom because obviously he wants to fight the bigger guys, the money fights as well. But I understand why Jones might be doing it. And I do think Stipe and Jones are probably looking to retire now as well. They've done it all. So this could be their last fight as well, which is nice to fight each other and have a big payday.
Here's my take on the whole thing. I get it. I get John Jones wanting to ride off into the sunset with the Stipe legacy fight. I get it. But John Jones, he won't be watching. But John Jones, vacate the belt. You know what I mean? Like don't hold up the division. Do your thing, build your legacy. You are already the GOAT. You don't need that belt. Give Tom the belt. You fight off the legacy and let the heavyweights move on. Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. I think anybody else that probably would take the belt off him, but obviously with Jones, they give him a little bit leeway because obviously he's one of the best, well, if not the best mixed martial artists of all time. So like I said, I understand why. Obviously, a bit unfortunate he got that injury, or the fight probably would have went ahead earlier, and then maybe this could have been for the actual world title. But I'm not sure. He might hang about. He might just play in a really good game to get it built up, and then after well, hopefully if he beats Stipe here, he might fight Tom and have like X amount of money. So they might work out better for Tom. So hopefully something like that happens for him.
And I mean, UFC 304, we'll get some answers anyways with Aspinall and Blades. But Mick, last question from me before I get you out of here, man. We've already kind of touched on this, right? New contract. You want to get back in there soon. But, with 4 more fights, you're 3-0, looking to go 4-0 in a couple months here or in a month here. Like, when do you see you touching those rankings and actually contending for the belt we're talking about? You think, like, I don't know, UFC comes to UK, usually March and in the summer? You think one of those cards next year, you could be gunning for that spot?
Like I said, I think this win will put us in the top 50. I'm not sure how it works. I'm just always when I've looked, usually when people go about 4-0 in the UFC, they've always touched on the top 15 or been in the top 15. I could be lying. I could win this fight if we know I need the top 15. I don't know. But I like to think I've pushed into definitely the top 15. Then like that's the major achievement itself. That's like tell us 2 years ago that would be happening. It'd be crazy. But yeah, I'd fight me. I maybe fight like the next top 5 people from 11 or 10 to 15, stuff like that, and build it up. But like I said, the right fight come along, I'm not going to say no. But I do like to take my time. Like I said, I've only had, I think I'm 9-0 as a pro now. It's not a lot of fights really. But I do understand heavyweight, you do get pushed ahead. But I just keep taking every fight as it goes. Like I said, if I win this fight and I look amazing, feel amazing, I'll get straight back in there. And then just see what the UFC offer. Like they might have a plan, what they want to do, and stuff like that. There's not many heavyweights, and then stuff like that. You don't know who you'll get matched with. But yeah, hopefully, no injuries. And then, like I said, fight. Then like that's what happened last time. I fought in about the July, then try to fight November time again. I was pretty fine with that, and then have like a nice little Christmas for myself rather than dying and getting punched in the head.
Oh hell yeah, man! Fighting, training during Christmas? No. That's fat and happy time. And Mick, man, before I get you out of here, you got fans all around the world. You're gonna have a sold out UFC 304 arena. Anything you'd like to say to all of your fans? If so, the mic is yours.
Yeah, just cheering the fight. There's a lot of people coming down Manchester to support us. I'm from Sunderland, North East England. It's about 2.5 hours away. Absolutely perfect. I don't know. I have such a big support back home in the North East. Might have put a few people off for the later time. But yeah, I hope everyone tunes in. It should be a great fight, and I can't wait to get out of the way.
Hell yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mick Parkin, UFC 304. Going to be a hell of a pay-per-view. Check it out. Thank you, Mick. Kick some ass, all right?
Cheers, man. Thank you.